Manitou Damper Service for the Dorado Expert. This video covers the disassembly, service, and reassembly of the damper leg on the Manitou Dorado Expert suspension fork. Assemble these tools and parts and let's get started. Orient the fork with the crown facing up. Loosen the pinch bolt on the top crown with a 5mm hex wrench. Loosen the top cap with a 16-notch bottom bracket tool. Apply top-down force on the tool to prevent slipping. Loosen the pinch bolts on the lower crown and remove the leg from the fork crown. If needed, the ends of the Dorado sag guide can be used to spread the clamps apart to aid in leg removal. If the upper crown remains installed, slide the frame bumper off the leg simultaneously as the leg is pulled through the lower crown. Set the bumper aside to be used during reassembly. Lightly clamp the fork leg in a bike stand or soft jaw vise. Finish unthreading the top cap from the leg and pull the cap a couple inches out of the leg. Use a 12mm wrench and bottom bracket tool to remove the top cap from the rebound shaft. Remove the leg from the stand. Pour the fluid out of the leg into a catch pan. Slide the inner leg out of the outer leg. Allow the outer leg to drain into a pan. Hold the inner leg over a catch pan and stroke the rebound shaft several times to drain the rest of the oil from the inner leg. Wrap the inner leg in a clean towel and clamp it lightly in a bike stand with the damper rod pointing down toward the floor. Use a 2mm hex wrench to remove the TPC Plus adjuster knob. Remove the adjuster knob and capture the two detent balls and springs under the knob. Remove the O-ring. Remove the C-clip that holds the high-speed adjuster knob on using a snap ring pliers or similar tool. Pull the knob up and capture the O-ring, two detent balls, and springs under the knob. Remove the damper cartridge from the inner leg using a 26mm socket. Pull the damping cartridge completely out of the inner leg. Use a plastic pick to replace the O-rings on the rebound damper assembly. O-ring number 100-012 is the O-ring above the threads on the end of the damper assembly. O-ring number 100-122 is the larger O-ring on the damper end cap. O-ring number 100-026 is the O-ring around the outside of the compression assembly top cap. Inspect the inner and outer damper tubes and be sure they are free from debris and contaminants. Inspect the inner leg, inside and out, clean it, and be sure it is free from debris and contaminants. Apply a small amount of slick oleum grease to the O-ring installed on the damper end cap. Install the assembly in the inner leg by sliding it into the bottom of the leg. Use a 26mm socket to tighten and torque it. Insert the detent springs into opposite holes in the end cap and place the detent balls on top of the springs. Use a small dab of grease to hold the detent balls in place on the springs. Install the high-speed adjuster onto the end cap. Be sure the O-ring number 100-025 is in place and greased. Secure the adjuster with the C-clip. Retaining ring pliers are recommended for installing the C-clip. Place O-ring number 100-024 in the high-speed adjuster knob or around the TPC Plus knob and apply a small amount of grease to it. Insert the springs into opposite holes in the TPC Plus adjuster knob. Use a small dab of grease to place and hold the detent balls on each spring. Install the TPC Plus adjuster knob onto the end cap and secure it with the 2mm screw. Use a pick to remove the wear ring from the outer leg. Remove the spring from the lip of the dust seal. Use a downhill tire lever or similar tool to carefully pry the dust seal out of the outer leg. This may require some force. Be careful to not damage the leg. Remove the foam ring. Clean the seal bore and bushing thoroughly with isopropyl alcohol. Inspect the inside of the outer leg and be sure it is free of contaminants. Soak a new foam ring in Manitou bath oil. Place the ring in the bottom of the seal bore. Insert the new dust seal with seal spring into the leg and use a 37mm seal press to press it completely into the leg. Lastly, install the wear ring. Coat the inside of the dust seal with slick oleum grease. Clamp the top of the outer leg in a bike stand and slide the inner leg into the outer leg. Replace the O-ring number 100-027 on the top cap. Install the top cap onto the end of the rebound rod. Use a 16-notch bottom bracket tool and a 12mm wrench to tighten and torque it. Make sure the rebound knob is fully closed. Fill the leg with 200 cc's of 5-weight fork oil. Stroke the rebound shaft a few times to bleed the system and release the air. Turn the rebound knob open 2 clicks counterclockwise. Then stroke the rebound shaft another 15 to 20 times and the system will be bled. Fully extend the inner leg and tighten and torque the top cap using a 16-notch bottom bracket tool. reinstall the damping leg into the fork crowns. You have completed the process of disassembly, service, and reassembly of the damper leg on the Manitou Dorado Expert. Air spring leg service for this fork is covered in a separate video. Continue to our YouTube channel and ManitouMTB.com for more maintenance procedures and assembly instructions. Thank you for riding with Manitou.